Meghan ran away madly. Palace announced employee bullying report is a fatal stab for Sussexes. Hello and a very warm welcome to Kate Middleton and the Queen News YouTube channel. Today, newscasters all around the world are hearing that the bullying report on Meghan might be released after all. But I'm skeptical. I'm just not going to hold my breath that this is really going to happen. I think the palace leak that this could be revealed by Charles is just a threat. It's a threat in the hopes that Meghan will finally stop trashing the royal family and stop encouraging Harry to do the same. Michael Stevens, who was the treasurer for Queen Elizabeth II, said, "The review has been completed and recommendations on our policies and procedures have been taken forward." He said, "We will not be commenting further." And apparently, when the Queen saw that report, she said the public must not see this. It was that bad. And I'm sure a giant sigh of relief was coming out of Montecito. Meghan was then feeling confident and bold enough to say, "I'm pleased the inquiry showed I didn't bully anyone." Now, even if the report were released, her supporters would claim that it was fake or that it had been edited to make it look like Meghan was such a horrible person. At any time, Meghan could have released her copy of it, but she knows how bad it is, so she will never do that. I think Meghan's going to try her best to keep that thing covered up, and then in public, she's going to talk about how she's been cleared of any bullying claims, and she's just going to hope and pray the palace never releases the findings. But if they decide to release the findings now, that really only adds more fuel to Meghan and Harry's fire about how the palace has done them wrong. Some of the bullying allegations that have come out since include one aide saying that they burst into tears because Meghan was so awful, Meghan berated her so much, and others have said that working for the two of them was so bad, they referred to themselves as the Sussex Survivors Club. Make no mistake, the bullying was really bad. Now, some staff members even had to seek therapy after. Others walked away from their jobs, and other people who were financially compensated were given NDAs to sign before the big payments could be banked. Jason Knopf, who only this week has been honored by King Charles, said the bullying was of the worst kind. And I've talked about this before, but anyway, there are two bloggers that were approached and they were asked by a PR company to remove their comments about Meghan Markle's bullying. And one of these bloggers was in a restaurant when Meghan allegedly screamed at and bullied the waiters. And fans of Meghan are also asking people not to talk about the bullying. So bullying is one of the two subjects. The other one, of course, is surrogacy. These are the two subjects, though, that Meghan is so scared of. She cannot stand the idea that the media may write about these subjects, and she refuses to talk about either. If Charles does decide to release the bullying report, then Meghan is going to be destroyed once and for all. She's going to be done for. Even her most crazy supporters, especially her female fans, are going to castigate her. The king is regularly getting correspondence from organized online groups asking him to let the public finally see the results of that bullying investigation. And I think it's Meghan's mission in life to make sure that Charles never enjoys his reign as king. And it depends if and when they attack Camilla, and I know they will. The truth is, well-mannered, well-bred people don't really understand how to deal with these types of people, because these behaviors are just crazy. They're so extreme. And in some cases, such as bullying and harassment, they're criminal. I think at this point, the situation requires professional intervention. In my opinion, the royal family really should just release the report and let the chips fall where they may. It's not right to protect a wolf rampaging through your house. Now, if Harry wants to deny the reality of the situation, if he wants to deny that his wife really is a horrible bully, okay, fine, let him do that. But he cannot expect the rest of us to. It looks to me like both of them have substance abuse problems, and Harry is completely dominated by this evil woman. She really has made it her mission in life to harass everyone who just so happens to be above her in the hierarchy of the royal family. So I guess they can sit on the fence while Meghan burns the house down, but stopping her sooner rather than later would be the best case scenario. Harry has put all of their lives in danger, and who knows what the end result of that could be. And Meghan would have done to the Queen what she's doing to Harry if she could have successfully managed it, but the Queen was way too smart for her. And Harry has shown us that he's not much better than her at all. Harry was raised to be better, but he's not showing it. I mean, Meghan has no respect for anybody. She has no manners. She hardly has any education. She's got no discipline, no purpose in life. There is nothing good about her. And then Harry's just worshiping this woman whose image is all over the internet on some sites I would never want to show up on, if you catch my drift. He married her. We are just so lucky that Harry really was born the spare. I mean, could you imagine if this man could be king one day? There is a serious situation happening right now. Harry's idiotic comments have put the royal family and the general public too in a situation whereby the Taliban may decide to do something. There is something seriously wrong with him. Look at what he's done, and then he turns around and attacks the media. At least the media have given the truth to the public. It still just blows my mind, the fact that Harry and Meghan have been in the middle of so many ridiculous and vicious situations, but then they claim it's all false or that they were forced to do whatever it was. Their sins are worsened by the fact that they can never accept accountability for their actions. They don't have any conscience and they have no sense of ethics. And I understand most people out there are wanting Harry and Meghan to be silenced, but we are dealing with two very sick, narcissistic people, and somehow they found each other. They're gonna burn everything to the ground. They don't care. They will not be stopped. Like the typical narcissist, they really thrive on stuff like that. Ignoring them is certainly the best way to deal with them. They'll just destroy themselves while they're trying so desperately to get attention. Now, if I were a member of the royal family, I would just keep on living my best life, supporting my chosen charities, and I would never ever talk about or react to either of them ever again. The public are no longer going to allow them to get away with this horrible behavior. They're not going to succeed in their missions, and they will be ostracized. And I don't really think that Charles is a weak king. He refused to get into this tit-for-tat battle of words with Meghan and Harry, but that is not a sign of weakness. I mean, why should he air all of his dirty laundry in public? That's what Meghan wants him to do, and he's refusing to give in to her. He is also following the wishes of his late mother not to disclose the findings of that bullying report. And I'm sure there is a very good reason for that. And just because the Queen has passed away doesn't mean that he should release it. There are also the feelings of the victims that they need to consider. It's not our decision or anyone else's decision to make. There is more than one way to skin a cat at the end of the day, and maintaining this dignified silence is working just fine. But see, it is eating Meghan alive because she wants a fight. Just listen to the words coming out of Harry's book. A lot of them clearly are coming from Meghan, and everybody knows that. We're starting to see what these two people are, and they're not very likable. Meghan's desperation is leaking out of that book, though. The two of them are managing to destroy themselves. Nothing I've heard so far is really going to damage the royal family. Harry just makes himself look like a spiteful, ridiculous, petty person, saying a lot of stupid, petty stuff. Just think about the necklace. I mean, I know whenever I do, I start to laugh. And luckily, the survival of the monarchy rests on the shoulders of William and Catherine. And I'm sure that William is incredibly upset right now because, like his father, the red line is Catherine, his wife. To implicate Catherine in that idiotic Nazi costume episode is definitely coming from Meghan Markle. But I do hope staff who agreed to have the bullying report released are offered every single legal protection by the palace. Now, if it brings down Meghan, then all right, so be it. Worse is to come for Harry, I'm afraid, because the king that he will be dealing with in the future is going to be his brother, and Harry should really watch out for that. William is not going to put up with his antics. And you, what do you think about them? Please tell me what you think below in the comments section, and we can also talk about the Sussexes and the royal family. If you think my videos are interesting, please remember to like this and share it with your friends and family who would enjoy it. And don't be afraid to subscribe to Kate Middleton and the Queen News YouTube channel to get more videos from our team. Now, thank you so much for tuning in. Goodbye, and I'll be back to see you all tomorrow.